Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mahsa and I'm the maker, creator, owner, business person behind Moonchild by Mahsa, which is a whimsical and bookish business. It's currently mostly polymer clay sculptures and creations, but I'm hoping to dabble in other things at a date much further in the future. So for now it is a polymer clay business and I make cute sculptures and bookmarks and trinket dishes and all that really fun stuff, and they're all adorable in my opinion, and I'm a little bit biased, but that's okay. So welcome to this weekly vlog. We are getting ready for the big fall launch over on the website, and it has been difficult to say the least. So currently it is Tuesday the 10th of September. The launch is happening on Friday the 13th of September and I am so far behind, and I'm smiling because if I don't, I'll cry. So I'm really far behind. Over the last few weeks I've been taking some new medication that my body is just not vibing with, and I'm having some interesting side effects, one of which is major fatigue and nausea, so I just end up getting completely wiped out and having to have multiple naps a day, which you would think would be the dream life, but somehow it isn't when you've got so much work to do. But I digress. So because of that, I'm having to scale back the launch a little bit. My original plan, and I know I've been saying this for literally ever, the last video you would have seen from last week was actually filmed months ago. I just never got round to editing it and posting it, which is really bad on my part, so I'm very sorry about that, but I will be posting regularly going forward. But I'm pretty sure in that video I mentioned that I wanted to launch Etsy, and I never did. And my original plan was to launch Etsy also on Friday the 13th when I do the website, and I just am not well enough to make all the products that I need for the website and for Etsy, because my original plan is to have the inventory be separate, and that's because with the Moonlings that I make, they're all relatively unique. They've got unique facial expressions, so this is a little sneak peek of what's coming in the fall drop. But this little pumpkin guy, who is the cutest little thing, they all have their own unique facial expressions. So the way that I have it on the website and the way that I will have it eventually on Etsy is that you can pick whichever facial expression you want. So it's kind of like crystals, like which one's calling to you, which one do you see you being your best pal, basically. So because of that, I would need two separate inventories, one for the website and one for Etsy, and I just do not have the time, not patience, but like the health. My health bar is not full, so I just want to get the website stuff done. And at the end of this month, I've got some big markets that I kind of need to prepare for eventually, well, quite soon. So yeah, we're gonna just get right into it. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll put a little clip in. I've already done the witchy Moonlings. They're adorable. What they now need is to have their hats be hand painted. I'm hoping that I can use the, what are they called? Posca pens? I'm hoping that I've got one with a thin enough tip that I can use those, because usually I just hand paint them on. If I could use the pens, it would be a little bit easier, but I currently don't know. Right now, I am making 6 of these little cuties. They look quite funny when it's just, they haven't got anything on them. So this is the little Moonling before it gets any of its cute personality, but I love them. And we are making some more of the pumpkins. So last night I was up until stupid o'clock because I felt so behind and I was so overwhelmed that I ended up being awake much later than I wanted to, which now means that I'm starting much later than I wanted to. So it's a bad time. So I mixed the orange colour, so I just need to condition that and get it to a place where I can work with it. And we've got 6 little Moonlings to get done with the pumpkin design, and then I can move on to the new designs for this year. So the pumpkin is from last year and the witch hat ones are also from last year, so I'm bringing them back because they were so popular and everyone loved them. And They're both autumnal and spooky season vibes, and I love them. So we're going to be doing that, and then I've got the 2 new designs, which I'm so freaking excited for, particularly the spooky season one, because I'm going to be doing a glow-in-the-dark zombie moonling, which I'm just so excited. I haven't even prototyped it, but in my head it's going to be incredible. So let's get into it. I'm going to stop rambling because I'm very worried that I'm gonna hit a wall and have to stop and take a nap soon. So let's get into this, and hopefully it's gonna be exciting and we're gonna have a great time and the launch is gonna go really well. Come along, let's find out.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a dying ember. Everything is turning into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and
Okay, pumpkin moonlings are in the oven baking. They're super cute. I'm so happy with them. I also managed to get a few social media clips because I think what I'm going to try and do is use the sound from Gilmore Girls where it's like, what's the verdict? I am an autumn. I think that's going to be super cute with the pumpkin moonlings. So once they are out the oven and they've cooled down, I need to glaze them so I can get a clip of the glazed moonling and then add it to that. So it's going to be super cute. Realistically, it's probably going to be a post for tomorrow and not a post for today, because by the time that they are done baking and they've cooled down and I've done multiple glaze coats, it's going to be probably quite late because it's 10 to 6 right now, so we are well and truly behind schedule. I'm having a very late lunch slash early dinner. It looks excellent. Let me just look at that. My partner is away this week, so I am basically just making the gusto recipes and having them for lunch and then dinner, or dinner and then lunch the next day. Basically, there's 2 portions, so I'm just gonna eat this. It was delicious last night, so I'm hoping reheated it's still gonna taste good, but we'll see. I'll probably put on a little bit of Gilmore Girls to watch. And then I don't know what I want to do after lunch. I think I might do the zombie one just because I'm so excited for it. And also I think that's going to take a little bit more time because I haven't done a prototype. So I want to make one, figure out how I want everything to look, and then make the rest of them. So yeah, I'm going to eat and then check back in.
Peg Mosley, evil woman. What did Peg Mosley do? she lured these two German children to her.
Okay, so I am about to start making a new product, and it's basically kind of going to be a prototype, and I thought it would be a fun little thing to do together. So when I get the idea of a new moonling or design or character or whatever into my head, then I do a little doodle of it, and I have two important notes to say on the doodling of the new design. I can do the sculpting. The drawing I am less good at, and it's been something that growing up in my head I just thought that I couldn't do it because everyone around me could do it so much better, and it's only recently that I'm sort of healing my inner child a little bit and doing doodles and doing drawings and things like that, and just doing it because I feel like it rather than wanting it to be perfect, or rather than wanting it to be something spectacular, because it's not going to be, because it's not a skill that I've been using my whole life. It's just something that I'm just starting. Also, I think it's so important to try things that you're not necessarily amazing at, and as long as I can understand what I mean by the doodle and I can interpret the doodle into the actual final sculpture, which looks good, then that is all I care about. So this is my little doodly book, and it's basically just an old planner from, does it have the year in it? 2022-2023. So it's just an old planner that I use because I have a billion old planners lying around, and rather than wasting them, I will use them for doodles and to make lists and things like that. So what page have we got the zombies on? I said all of the important things and prefaced that I am in fact not good at the doodling. So here is, let me see what you can and can't see. Well, that is the little zombie doodle. That's what we are working with here. Beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. So when I get a new idea for a new product that I want to do, I will do a doodle and sort of visualize what I want it to look like. But because I'm not amazing at the whole drawing thing, a lot of it is trial and error almost in the moment as I'm making it. So I've just had a little look, and if I was to make the zombie moonling the same weight of clay that I use for my normal moonlings, then just the cost of the clay itself would be a lot more than the cost of the normal moonlings, if that makes sense, because I'm using, oh my god, I'm throwing things all around. So I'm going to be using the Fimo Effect glow in the dark clay for this because I want them to glow in the dark, obviously. And these little packs are almost exactly the same weight that I use for one moonling, and this I bought on Amazon for £3.48. That's like a significant amount more than the cost of the normal clay that I use. So I think what I'm going to do is put some foil in the middle, and that'll sort of help amp up the size a little bit so they're a little bit different, and also keep the cost much lower so that I don't have to sell them for astronomical prices. I think that's the plan. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get myself some foil. Let me grab some foil. And then we're going to get started. So like I say, it is going to be quite a bit of trial and error. And once I've got the little design down to exactly what I want it to look like, then we will do the rest of them.
All around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going. The flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing, chase it.
Hello, it is Thursday. Not only is it Thursday, it is 6 p.m. on Thursday. So I last checked in on Tuesday night when I was trying to make the zombie moonling prototype, and it came out looking really cute. I still think there's a few bits that I want to tweak with while I'm making the actual proper ones, but I'll just quickly show you this. So this is what the little guy looks like. It's missing an eye and there's loads of blood everywhere, which I think is hilarious. It's missing an arm and there's just like a little bone stumpy thing sticking out. Brains poking out, even though it doesn't look hugely brain-like, but it's brain-like enough for my opinion. And then we have like patchwork zombie style going on in different locations. And I think I might change the colour of the patchwork stuff just because it kind of looks like it's cannibalised the skin of other moonlings to patch itself back together again, and I'm just not vibing with that. So I think I might look at a different colour to use for the patchwork basically, but that's what we are working with. So the reason that it's been a while since the last check-in, which was on Tuesday, is because I got completely wiped out yesterday by the side effects to the medication that I've already mentioned. I basically couldn't get out of bed, and then the previous night, as in Tuesday night, I was really cold, so I made myself a hot water bottle, and the hot water bottle ended up ripping, or I don't even know, like the plastic just kind of gave way on the bottom and I ended up burning myself. So it's been a not great time for me health-wise. I'm feeling a little bit better right now. I'm still not doing great. I just managed to leave the house for like the first time since Saturday, I think. I just literally popped out to get myself some Costa and some bread and some Biscoff spread because that's literally all I can eat. So I think this big fall launch that I was planning is going to be a smaller fall launch, and also I can't remember if I've mentioned this, I think I'm gonna leave Etsy for now. I've been saying this, like I think this is the second video where my intention starts with doing Etsy and then something happens and then I'm like, I'll leave Etsy for now. I'm just gonna scale back the things that I'm planning on making and see what I can get done, because the launch is supposed to be at 6 p.m. on Friday the 13th, which is tomorrow. It will have happened by the time this video goes live, so please go and check out the launch and show it some love. But I think I'm just gonna do 4 of the zombies just for the website, do 4 zombies, and then I want to make some really cute acorn ones, and I would also like to do some bookmarks for this launch as well, and then I will just do other things and like update. Instead of doing another big launch, I'll just make products and add them as I go. I think that's going to be the plan. I'm only just starting and it's 6 p.m, so let's see what we can actually get done tonight.
Puts a smile upon my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September.
Hi, so it is quite a while later. In fact, it's like a week later, and I almost didn't post this video. I was so upset and so disappointed that I just didn't even want to put this out into the YouTube verse, but I think it's really, really important that I do. And here's why, basically, because I worked really hard that week, and in the lead up to it I worked as hard as I could, and I think it's important to just cut yourself some slack if life and health and that kind of thing gets in the way of work, because at the end of the day, like, your health is the most important thing. And I worked as hard as I could on that launch, and the Friday, which was the actual launch day, it was just not going well. And yeah, basically, long story short, we got 0 sales, and that's half because I had done no advertising or no anything really in the lead up to it because I'd been unwell. At one point I wasn't even sure if it was going to go ahead on that Friday, and yeah, so we basically got 0 sales. I didn't do most of the things that I wanted to do for that launch, and I'm so disappointed. But here we are, like, you win some, you lose some, and I'll just try again. I've got some big Halloween markets coming up, and they're going to be amazing, and I've got loads of really fun new things planned, because as much as I love doing the Moonlings, my creativity is taking me in a slightly different direction at the minute. So they will be coming up. I'll be doing a market day vlog after this, and I will also be doing the lead up prep for the Halloween market, making a bunch of new products. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, then do hit the subscribe button. It does really, really help me out and gives me some sort of motivation to keep going and making these videos if I know that people are watching them and they enjoy them. And yeah, so just here to say it's okay if you have a launch or a product drop and it doesn't go well. You're still an artist, and as long as you do what you love at the end of the day, then that's all that matters. And yeah, thanks again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big ol' thumbs up, and I will see you very soon for another one. Bye!